Okay, do any of you guys know what a product is? Yeah, so if I were to have like 5 times 5, and that equals what?
25.
Okay, what would 25 be?
Your product.
Okay. And do you guys know what a mixed number is? Okay, so like a mixed number. One second. Put this down. A mixed number is like if you have a fraction that's say like 11 over 5. That's an improper fraction. And sometimes math teachers will ask you to make it into a mixed number. To make it into a mixed number is a whole number with a fraction. Like, so you take how many times this goes into 5 goes into 11 without going over, which is 2. So you take 2, and then how many, after you get that, so 5 times 2 is 10, how much is left over? 1. So it would be 2 and 1, and then fifth, because you just leave the denominator. So that's what a mixed number is. And then, we just talked about equivalent fractions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay.
Did you do it like 11? Wait, yeah, couldn't you do it like how the 11 and 5 are drawn? Couldn't you do it like Couldn't you just do it like that as well?
No, because you have to have the whole number. Like the 2 is the whole number.
Yeah.
So, and then the 11, so the 2 would be out here, and then the 11 over 5.
Okay.
Do you guys, does everyone understand that, or do you guys have questions? Stop looking at me. What?
I don't really understand like how it's like is it the same thing with her number?
Yeah, so like if this was, we'll do another example. So if this was like 20 over 3. So how many times does 3 go into 20 without going over? It can't. So what's the closest number to 20? 6? What?
Oh,
So 18. So it's 6. So it would be 6, and then 18. How many? So 2. So 2/3. So basically, it's just like how many times you get like the whole number comes from how many times the denominator can go into the numerator without going over. And then the top number is how much is left over, and the bottom number is just the same denominator always. So do you understand? If you don't, you can ask, or you can tell me. You don't understand? Okay, so basically, I'll explain it another way. So basically, if you look at it from a different perspective, or a different way, 6 times 3 is 18. To make it back into an improper fraction, 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 is 20 to get this. So the whole number is 6, because 6 goes into 20, 3 goes into 20 6 times, and that's 18. And 3 can't go into 20 at all. It would be a decimal. Okay? So 3 goes into 20 6 times, and that's 18. And then basically what is up here is just how much is left over.
Okay.
Do you understand? Do you understand?
That makes
Are you
sense.
sure?
Yeah. I just really didn't get it the first time you did it.
Now do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to teach you. What? I know, it keeps on going. Now I'm going to teach you how to do, okay, I don't know. But,
Okay, so what if it were like you could actually go into it? Would it just
then that
be
would
a
just be,
number?
so if it was like 20 over 4, then the answer would just be 5. There wouldn't be a mixed number.
Okay. Well, but then it would still be over, so then we still have to.
No, because if it was 20 over 5, 5 goes into 24 times without it goes in exactly. There wouldn't be a fraction, or there wouldn't be a decimal if you were to divide that. It would just be 4.
So that would stay the same.
Yeah, so that would just be the answer. Yeah, that would just stay the same. Well, you can simplify that, and it would be 4. Do you understand that?
It'd be the same thing Jazzy is saying, 4 and 0 out of 5. Okay?
Yeah.
But 0 out of 5 means the same thing as 0.
What if it was like 11, what if, like, the denominator went in too many times and it couldn't go under?
Like, give an example, hon.
Or if it was like 13 and 12, it couldn't.
How many times would 12 go into
So it was
13?
13 over 12.
Or, yeah.
13 over 12. Okay, so if it was
Oh, yeah.
13 over 12, 12 goes into 13 how many times?
Once.
Once. So it would be 1, and then how much is left over?
1.
So it would be 1 and 1, and then what goes on the denominator? So it would be 1 and then 12. So really, and then really all it is you see how many times the denominator goes into the numerator. And obviously if it's an improper fraction, it can't. So how many times that goes into that, as many times as it can without going over. And then you add whatever it is. So like this would be 1. You add the leftover, and that goes in the numerator, and then the denominator stays and goes into the denominator. Yeah. Do you understand that?
Yeah. If it was like 13 over 13, would it be like 1, 0, 12, or?
No, it would just be 1. Because that's like a whole number. Like 12 over 12 would just be 1 because 12 goes into 12 once. Like you can, if you multiply, like 12 times 1 is 12. So, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to do multiplying by decimals. So, if you have 0.009 times 10. Okay, so the trick on this one is when you're multiplying by a decimal, since this is 10, you move it. Do you guys know what you would do? Like to get your answer, what would you do?
Well, if it were 10, you would just move it over once.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
however many zeros, that's how many times you move it.
Okay. Well, this is making this really easy. So, what would the answer be, Jazzy?
It would be 0.0009. Or 0.0009.
No, it would be since you move. Okay, so you would move it over once. So this would be your answer. So 0.09.
Yeah.
Yeah. So move it over. If you have like this, so if this was like 100, you'd move it over to the right twice.
Because when we do it dividing, you move it to
Yeah,
the
You
left.
got it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, you guys are so smart.
So what are you doing? You're just basically doing what? Yeah. Yeah, just moving it the opposite way.
Okay. Oh, you guys are making this really easy. Okay, so this is kind of a tougher one. Okay, do you guys know what 10 to the third is?
Yes.
10 times 10 times 10.
Okay, do you know what that is?
Yes.
It's
30.
No, it's
30.
Right. It's 1,000. It's 1,000. Okay.
Oh, I thought you
So,
meant like exponent.
You do one, so really, you would just do 1.24 times 1,000. So it would be 1.24 times 1,000. Okay, so do you guys know what you would do with that?
Wait, why would you do it times?
Because, hold on one second, Ava. Because 10 to the third is 1,000.
10 times 10
10
times 10.
times 10 is 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Ava?
Okay. So you move it over to the right 3 times, so then it would.
So, since we move it over to the right 3 times, 1, 2, 3. What would you do?
You gotta add a 0.
Okay, so your answer would be 1,240. Okay. Well, you guys are kind of really understand this.
They're like gifted children.
Yeah, they are gifted.
And if you want to, you can use part of that time to give them an assignment if you have a workbook assignment that you want them to do. Work on. That's part of being a teacher.
Okay, well, I'll just do, even though you guys know, I'll just do a few more things.
You
Okay.
do a hard one like 1.0